What's up, man? How your day was today?
It was eventful, you
It was
know. It
it was eventful.
Yeah, my day always eventful, you know. It
What
kind
crazy
of
happened to
catches you
you?
by the storm, you know.
What happened to you? We survived, man. Heck yeah, we survived.
Come on now, we sure do. Let that be known, OSD. That's my boy.
That's your boy.
Oso. I'm gonna call you Oso.
Oh, so
But yeah, I had two drivers sitting till like 12 o'clock.
woo, come on, OG, triple OG. What happened?
Just the shit, the way the market is, like
Triple OG.
the load gotta make sense. You know what I'm saying? You just can't book any goddamn thing. You
Nah, I
know,
got you.
it has to make sense. You know, some dispatchers they just look at the money and just want to book anything. I don't just book anything.
Don't book
Motherfucking
everything.
load gotta make sense for me. You
I
know what
feel
I'm
you.
saying? And it
Yeah.
takes a lot of patience for my drivers, and I let them know. Don't text me. I will let you know when I got you some.
Say you tell them don't text you.
No, because when I get them some, I text them and let them know, hey, I got you a load. Went to your email. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Simple as that. Once you done been with me and rolling with me, you should already know the spiel. I text them every morning, make sure everybody ready to go.
Yeah.
You know, if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. But some of them
Uh-oh.
still
Okay.
don't do their pre-trip until
Okay.
the last minute when I say, hey, I got you something.
I hate that.
That bugs the shit out of me because you should already do your pre-trip if you know your truck. That ain't gonna take you. That shouldn't take you that long. I already have your pre-trip, so when you ready, when I send you that load over, you jumping in that truck ready to go, or you in the truck starting that motherfucker up.
Get your gas, get your sausage biscuits,
Yes,
some chips, get
all
that
that.
early. If you wait, don't wait till I got,
Come on,
bruh,
man.
you got all day in the world. I hate that, man. I had a guy, I got this one guy, man. I swear he waits every Monday morning to do everything, man. And like I try to book my loads for Monday on Friday or like Sunday. So if I book him a load on Monday, then I understand. But if I already like gave you your loads and everything on Friday or
And
Sunday,
you still ain't moving,
like bro, come on now. You supposed to. I'm like, hey, where you at? You at? Oh, I had to go get gas. So I'm like, bro, come on now. This is it's happened every Sunday. I mean every Monday. James, hey,
hey
James going
James,
through it
how
over
you
there.
doing?
What's up? What's up?
James, one of his truck that thing left their drawers at the house. They had to go back to the house.
I don't know.
Man left his drawers at the house, man. Like, man, I left my drawers, man. I gotta go back to the house.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man. Then pack that
It's an
suitcase.
adventure every
Doing all
day.
that damn partying over the weekend. Then pack that suitcase right.
Nah, man, it's dispatching is almost like it's like I used to say I feel like a glorified secretary. Now I'm
I'm a
starting to be like a
babysitter,
glorified.
goddammit. I'm a babysitter.
That was exactly what I was about to say. I'm like, God dang daddy, I'm a babysitter. I got some extra kids. Like, bro, like I'm starting to get to the point. It's the guy I'm starting to tell him, like, bro, you can't eat out all the time. I feel like I'm telling him, I feel like I'm his daddy. I'm like, bro, yeah, I'm about to go to make, bro, you can't eat out today. Why? I thought you was, come on, we trying to make money. We trying to make money. Oh, okay. I had one guy, I think I was telling James, telling one guy, huh?
Do he got a sleeper in this truck?
He got a sleeper in his truck.
He should
But
have microwave, all that in that bitch. What the
bro,
fuck?
bro, it's the same guy that's getting a hotel over the weekend and got a sleeper.
Oh my God.
And wonder why you ain't
I
making
can
no money.
understand that sometimes you just want to lay in the bed, but he better be real careful because them bed bugs ain't no joke. That's why I don't like hotels. I buy plastic. I put plastic over the bed. Then I buy another sheet. You know what I'm saying? Put over the bed. I spray that motherfucker down. Like, hey,
What you like? You like no bit? You been bit by a bed bug, Ebony? Ebony, like
no.
you got bit by a bed bug.
I be mad if somebody drop a crumb on my motherfucking floor right now and they eating and they don't see they dropped it. You heard me? So no. I got OCD for real.
Well, check it. Let's go ahead and start this podcast. Eavesdropping knowledge, where we drop information about trucking, dispatching, and other entrepreneur ventures. This week's topic today is loads you should not book. Things that you should not put on that truck, and it's a lot of them out here. It's a lot of them out here. I start with something that I had to learn hard a whole bunch of times, and that's floor-loaded loads. If you haven't booked a floor-loaded load, don't you ever book one. Because if you got a floor-loaded load and it's not palletized, I promise you, you're going to definitely be waiting 45 hours, maybe 6. Do not book a floor. And
so explain that to them, like what's a floor. Like, I know you're explaining it, but you got to be a little more detailed because a lot of people don't know that. I give you an example. Most loads are on pallets, but if for a dry van, floor loaded, for example, would be tires or for furniture. You might have somebody. I booked a load one time, and it was what do you call it? A non-profit organization. So they would donate furniture. They didn't shrink wrap it or nothing. They just put it on the truck, and they hired the team. Team got there late. I think you had something like that every one time. I think you were telling me team got there late. Pretty much when they got there, they was pretty much taking it off, and then they was waiting for another team to come. They got mad that they almost unloaded 75%, so they stopped because the other team didn't show up. So all I can say is floor-loaded stuff that's not on the pallet, do not book. And if you do book it, you better ask for a whole bunch of money. And let's say you get there to the delivery at 8. Don't book a load until probably like 2 or 3 o'clock. Or have an open window from maybe 8 to 5, and you better be 50 miles. You better be 50 miles under 50 miles away from it. Because if you like 100 miles, which is 2 hours, a 2-hour drive, and then at around 1, 2 o'clock traffic start, you ain't gonna make it. Floor loaded loads are horrible, and that's to start it off. That's one of the loads I would say stay away from. What you got, Jane?
I had a floor loaded load yesterday. I didn't realize it was floor loaded. It was
like you just got finished eating, man. What's going on, bro?
It was bad, man. It was bad. It was so because you know what I did? I asked the broker. I said, "Is this on pallets?" He was like, "Yeah." Just blowing me off trying to get. So it was recycled rubber.
Oh, so and you like know we supposed to stay away from recycle.
Right, but
come on, Triple OG.
He made it seem like it was in the even my driver.
I'm playing with y'all when I say that.
He was like, I've carried stuff like this before. He's like, they usually put it in like big like industrial trash bags.
Yeah.
And seal it up and put it on the pallets. And I've seen it in like the 55-gallon drums. They'll just put a bunch, whatever it is, put it in the drums, shrink wrap the drums onto the pallets, and then just put the pallets on there. It was floor loaded, just rubber, just mess. And so, but honestly, I'll be honest, it didn't take them that long to load. It only took them like an hour to load it, and it didn't take them that long to unload it. But the trailer was a mess. So I told the owner, I was like, you know what, I know y'all probably gotta get a power wash or whatever. I'll cover, just take it. I'll take it out my invoice when I get it or whatever. So I put that out there. They was like, oh no, we understand it wasn't, because I told them, I was like, I know better than this than to run a floor loaded load. But yeah, man, that happened literally today. That was yesterday. It was Monday. It was the first load of the week.
But these brokers, it ain't totally your fault. These brokers be lying though.
Oh yeah.
It's the whole fact of especially for new dispatchers. You know, you gotta really get detailed with these brokers, man, because they really be lying. So you can, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll tell you one rate, and then you get a floor loaded load, and you need more motherfucking money.
Get that crap in writing.
Because I asked them, I mean, we always ask what the commodity is, because you got to know what you hold.
Yeah, you got to know what you carry.
Nah, I don't want to do that. And then he said, recycle. And I was like, recycle? I was like, is it on pallets? And he was like, yeah, if it's on pallets, whatever, I don't care. Because you go on forklift or a pallet jack, whatever, you're going to get in there and get it. But the other thing I would say, I mean, I know, Karis, you said floor loaded. The other thing I would say is, I'm not saying don't haul it, but be very, very careful, is water. Like bottled water, like the packs, like the 24 packs, the little bottles that you drink individually.
Yeah.
I've had 3 bottled water loads go bad on me. 2 of them, well, all 3 of them shifted. And the pallets and the water falls off the pallets because, man, they shrink wrap it with toilet paper. Like they got the saran wrap.
That shrink wrap so cheap nowadays. It don't even hold the pallets in place. It don't have the freight in place.
So how do you get around that then? If you get that floor, first of all, why are you booking heavy loads anyway? Because water is like 45,000 pounds. That's a whole other point. But
exactly. Come on,
that's a whole other point. That's a whole other point, though.
35 to 37.
Let me finish this.
That's 45,000 pounds, baby.
It was extremely heavy. Yes, it was about 44,000 pounds. It was extremely heavy.
Disappointed in you, brother.
Sometimes you got to get from point A to point B. Now, see, my thing in my defense, I try and keep the load
when you in the dying situation.
Yeah, sometimes you got to get from point A to point B. So
that thing was 46,000 pounds, goddamn.
I done dealt with 3 of these that I can remember. One of them, the receiver rejected it. And so we went from Texas, I think it was Houston, down to Baton Rouge. They rejected it.
Oh, that's flat anyway.
We had to take it back. But, I fought for about 2 days. The broker paid the same rate going back. So we literally ran down there and came back for nothing. Not for nothing payment, but like we didn't drop the load. And they just had to eat it. So that was, I guess, the good part of it. But
could that have been prevented with load bars, or it was nothing? No way to prevent that.
I mean, the way to prevent it was them to wrap it with some real shrink wrap and actually wrap it. I saw, I got a lot of detailed pictures from my driver at the time. Man, it was like they went one spin and the super thin, not the thick stuff. I mean, if you wrap them pallets enough times, they'll hold up. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do it. They're just being lazy. That's what it comes down to. The dudes that packed it and put it on the truck was just being lazy. Even when they put it on the pallet, you can stack it on the pallet in the warehouse and shrink wrap it real good, and then it's set. But whoever shrunk wrap it, they didn't do it. They did a horrible job.
I say this because I ran into this early on in the game. A lot of my drivers catching lazy shippers. So I started to always tell my drivers that, like, hey, man, just double check before they close that door. Yeah. And I say that to drivers or even dispatchers, man. It's kind of, I don't want to say it's the driver responsibility, but which I think. Do you think it's the driver responsibility to double check before they close that door? And if they see something, take a picture?
Yeah, he's supposed to take a picture. For me, I know my drivers, everybody has to take pictures of their loads. Because if something gets to a shipper or a receiver or something and it's damaged, hey, that wasn't on us. Or like I had a load like that a couple of days ago where when they put it on my driver's truck, it was damaged. She sent me all the pictures. Like, no, I had them notate that on the bill because we're not gonna get charged for that damage. So when that receiver received that, no, it's already notated on that fucking BOL that it was scratched up, dented, whatever the case is. No, I always request pictures from my drivers before you drive off.
Yeah, it's not the driver's responsibility, but it is because that's who the receiver's gonna blame. They're gonna say, "Oh, you were braking too hard, or you changed lane, you swerved, or whatever." And that's what caused the load to shift or whatever. So like you got to make sure that stuff is packed correctly.
I say the next, to piggyback off what James was saying, recycle stuff. But I learned this early because like Ebony be saying, dispatchers be out here chasing the money. And I ain't gonna lie, I was chasing the money. And I still am at some times. But definitely when I was early in the game, I booked a load of cowhide. And yeah, man. I remember I was driving to Texas because I was still in construction. And I pulled over. I think I was in Alabama somewhere. I think I was in Alabama. I pulled over. Hurry up. I saw a good load. I'm like, oh, this fire. I forgot what it was paying. Paying good money. It was some cowhide. They had to wash their trailer out twice because it was maggots. It was everything in there. And we almost missed the next load because of that. And pretty much they had to dry, not to mention they had to dry the trailer out as well because they had to wash it out. Matter of fact, I forgot that they got turned away from like 2 wash houses because the wash house didn't want to deal with the maggots and everything that was in the trailer. So they had to go drive some more miles and pretty much get it washed out twice, and then they had to drive. Luckily,
because a lot of shippers don't like if your trailer not clean, and that's another thing after even if you're dealing with a dry van, reefer, or whatever. Even a flatbed, you supposed to sweep your trailer off when the drivers are supposed to sweep their trailer out and clean it out before they head over to the next shipper because some shippers won't load them if their trailer is dirty.
Yep. Have y'all ever had a load that goes to, I've seen them before. I never did it, but pretty much I've seen in the comments that they tipped the trailer. Have y'all ever did something like that?
Like to dump it out, almost like a dump truck?
Yeah. I guess they fill your crap up with a whole bunch of trash, and then they take it and they
garbage
tip
to me.
I've seen it done. I've never just riding past a recycle spot, but I never seen I don't know if somebody ever got that. But they always pay good. I just never did it before.
I'm sure
you ever did that?
Nah, I never done it. I know that trailer probably stink like crazy afterwards.
Yeah. I know Alex told us to stay away from recycling, so normally if it's
that's
bell,
the reason why.
If
because
it's bell,
it holds you up.
I've done belt cardboard and belt paper before. Yeah. I also did belt foam. Matter of fact, I've done belt foam for
The foam was light though, right? I feel like I've run a few foam loads before.
I'm gonna say a dedicated lane, but it's a lane that I can always get twice a week. That's in Wisconsin. That goes to Wisconsin, and I've done the bell foam so many times. It's crazy, man.
How heavy is it usually?
I think 41.
Wow, that 41,000 pounds of foam.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow, that's still heavy.
And
hold on, Mr. 46,000 pounds of Aquafina? What are you talking about?
But we know.
And he sent him through the Appalachians.
Tell the other story about the forklift. Go ahead, Ebony.
But we know, the heavier the loads, the more diesel that your driver will use. So if you're coming in the game, you brand new, you want to stay to the 35, 37,000 pounds loads if you're dealing with, dry vans or power only if they picking up a loadout trailer.
They hate me.
And things of that nature. You wanna keep in mind that you're trying to save your driver on diesel as well, especially in these times. I know sometimes it's a dire situation if you're in a market where you need to get out and that's all they have, then you got to do what you got to do, but don't make it a habit, of steady booking those type of loads because you're not thinking about the driver and how it's affected them on their operation costs.
And I will piggyback off that what Ebony said. If your drivers are going through the Appalachians, and if you don't know what the Appalachians are, you need to pretty much Google it. From the bottom of the bottom of Tennessee, all the way up, pretty much to PA. You need to be running. You need to be running under 40,000 pounds, 35. And me, I like to run.
I'm a
type of person that I run like it's nothing to me to run 41, 42. But when I'm going to that's just me. I definitely agree with what Ebony said. Let me say that. But when I'm going up pretty much to PA, or I'm going to West Virginia, or down from West Virginia, or down from New Jersey, or, you know, through Tennessee, keep them light. Because them drivers hate, first of all, they hate going through the Appalachians and those hills. But if you got something heavy, I've heard too many times. So that's a load, that's another load that you want to stay away from, heavy. And you see them all day, every day, too. Especially coming down from PA or New Jersey or Maryland. They always 45, 44. And I'm like, good grief. Who taking these loads? Because I know they driving squeezing their butt cheeks going down that hill, man. It's got to be.
Yeah, because even I heard from a couple of my high shots, get me from up out of here. I'm like, well, PA is, you know, that's what we running, cuz. Like, when you want to make money, or you want, you say you want to make money, I got to see you where the money go. Like, point blank, period. But I don't go above PA, but I know they talk about them, you know, the Appalachians, all them hills and turns and, you know, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Nah, definitely. He said Ohio, too. I forgot. Ohio it's crazy because you don't think of Ohio like that. You know, I'm thinking Ohio. When I think of Ohio, I think of LeBron James. Yeah. But these drivers, they know these spots because they drive them all day, every day.
They drive them all day.
All day, every day. You know, so it's different loads that you have to really think about. And probably stay away from. Another, I don't know if this is going into another direction, but I know a lot of times my drivers, even though we stay up in PA and stuff like that, some loads they don't like is pretty much in PA, New Jersey, and Chicago because they can't find pretty much spaces to park. It's like literally nowhere to park. So they always have to kind of like park outside of Chicago, a little bit outside of Chicago, a little bit outside of PA or New Jersey. You know, that's kind of getting off subject, but I just wanted to throw that in there because a lot of drivers don't like that I dispatch. They don't like pretty much far as PA, New Jersey, and I know they mentioned Chicago because of stuff. Yeah, they even said Atlanta, bro.
My drivers mentioned that too because the truck stops fill up so damn fast.
They said that about Atlanta
ridiculous.
Too. Yeah. I'm thinking Atlanta popping far as parking spaces. They say like Atlanta's bad as well. I'm like, Atlanta? Like, I never would have thought that. Yeah. But what do y'all think about booking loads that has lumper fees, but it's a late load or a late delivery or early delivery, and you might not be able to get in contact with the broker? Is that something that you guys can stay away from? Because sometimes I stay away from those if it's like matter of fact, I got a load that's actually delivering tonight. It's a good paying load. And I talked to my driver before I booked it. Because whenever it's out of their requirements, I talked to him. But he said it was a go. He said it's paying good, let's do it. But I know that shipper, or should I say that broker, is not going to be available. So I told him in advance, hey man, go get you some cash and just have it on deck just in case. Do y'all stay away from loads like that?
Yeah, because I would, because I want to be able to communicate still with the broker, you know, regarding if we run into any issues. You know what I'm saying? I can't have my driver sitting there all motherfucking night. Of course, I can go for detention, you know what I'm saying, pay too as well, because we ran into an issue. But who wants to do that, especially if you trying to stay ahead of the freight and you got another load that your driver needs to pick up. So I would say for me that I would stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that shit can cause anxiety. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Shit. Motherfucking anxiety be in the roof.
Well,
because just say, for instance, if your other load get fucking, you know, you got to recover that other load. You know what I'm saying? Because broker like, I needed you there to pick that other load at 8:30. Shit. Now we back to the drawing board. Come on now. Shit.
What you think? What you think, James?
I think I need to know as much information as I can have up front. I don't know. I mean, you tell me, what's your experience? I feel like usually the broker will tell. Well, no, I can't say that. Honestly, I haven't dealt with a lot of lumper fees. I've dealt with some, but I feel like it might be like 50-50. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh yeah, there's lumper fees. Sometimes they won't, and it just kind of surprise you. And then of course you got to, like you say, you got to go back to the broker and be like, hey man, I need an adjusted rate con. And see, the thing, they kind of get over even on that, because if you got a carrier or, you know, a driver that's owner operator that's factoring, if they put, you know, $60 extra on that rate con, you're not getting that full $60 back, because you paying, you know, 3% on your factoring. So you only, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's some money.
Also just said that too.
Or even your dispatcher fee, so that's like 13%. You get what I'm saying? So you're not even seeing that money. Yeah.
I had my my OG driver complain about that all the time. And she would always ask them, can they put an extra $2 or $3 on there?
Yep.
Cause she penny pitching. She was like, I need my extra $3 or $4. Yep. Tell them to put that on there. So I feel y'all on that.
Have you been able to get them to add like an extra $3 on the lumber fee? On the rate con, the new rate con?
I only had two brokers. I only had 2 brokers do it, but that was in advance. Mm-hmm. You know, I caught them in advance with it. You know, at the end, like, yeah, only 2 brokers. I ain't gonna lie, mm-hmm. There's only 2 brokers. But honestly, it hasn't been that many times that I had to pretty much get an adjusted rate con with lumber fees. Normally, I catch them. I catch them.
You get the EFS or whatever?
Or they'll be open. But sometimes, like I said, they might not be open, you know. And I had the driver, they had to disconnect from the trailer and go drive, you know, and go get some cash or something like that.
ATM, yep. Yeah, it happens. It happens, man. It's just every day is so unpredictable, man. Like I got this new carrier, man, new authority. I mean, I've been telling you, and it's just like, bro, I forgot how difficult a new authority can be. I literally forgot.
Come on now, I go through this day in, day out. Shit.
Man, my condolences.
He been spoiled. He been spoiled.
And it's a different type of ball game. And they still don't. If you explain it to it, you gotta keep explaining to these motherfuckers like it's a process. Like everything you go through in life is a process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what is it that y'all don't understand? So,
but I will say the owners, to their credit, they've been very understanding. They understand the situation. And I told them, I was like, look, you just got to grind it out for those first 60 to 90 days. I've been calling, man. I don't think I've called on this many loads since I first started, like over a year ago. When I had my first carrier, he had a new authority. This is the last time I went through that, because everybody else since then, they've had at least 30 days. Most of them, you know, past 60 days. So then we just hit that 90, and then we cruising. Then we hit 6 months, then we hit a year. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like if I scroll through my phone, like, you know how you have your calls, like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I've been spoiled, man, because normally it's like a bunch of names. Like, there's a few numbers here and there, but everybody else like listed names. They're like, it's Dorsey. They'll say my wife. They'll say my kids and everything, and then, you know, people I know, whatever. Bro, it's just a bunch of numbers. That's all it is. Because I've been calling. To book that floor-loaded load that I booked yesterday, I had to grab it. It's just.
Oh my God,
bro!
He got heartburn over there.
I told you about the dude. He ran off, got in the truck, and left his stuff. He told me, "Oh, I got to go back home." It's like, oh man. So anyway, bro, I called probably about 25, maybe 30 loads before I booked that one load. I was on the phone literally. I looked when I started, because I started about 7:45 my time, because it's already 8:45 East Coast time. I didn't have that rate con signed until almost 11 o'clock.
Oh my God!
Sometimes sometimes it's like that. You know, like I said, one of my drivers with New Authority, he didn't move yesterday, you know, and then they have stipulations like I gotta be home by Friday. You know, well, I don't even really want to move you around because you really can't go no motherfucking where. You know what I'm saying? I need to keep you in Texas or whatever the case is. Because I can't promise you if I get you out somewhere that you're going to come back on Friday. Because it's not in the hot shot game. I'll tell you right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I pre-plan, like I know you're going to be out, and then, okay, I know I need to bring you back towards this way next week. But when you let me know last minute and then you like, I got a birthday party and all that shit, well, I don't, you know.
No,
and then
you know what?
Karis, I blamed him. I told him, I sent him a text message. I was like, you lied to me, bro. You lied to me. Because I had this nice load, right? It was with XPO. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yeah, I kind of do remember XPO was one of the ones that you can work with a New Authority. I called, the lady was like,
no, 30 days.
I'm so sorry. You got to have 30 days. I was like, no. Because Karis had sent me a list. He was like, man, I got this list. I'm going to hook you up. He was looking
a lot
out.
of them are changing
They changing,
you
bro.
got to stay on top of it. Because even KCH Trans changed to 30 days. You used to be able to sign them up first day. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them are changing their authorities. To, you know what I'm saying, 30, 90 days. They're really being strict on it. They know the loads have reduced tremendously. So they're not playing, you know, and you know, you try to explain that to these people and they still not understanding. You know, everybody want to get in when everything is good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you can't go through the struggle with it, then this ain't for you. You get what I'm saying? This ain't for you.
But what
question, Ebony.
I just want to say this real quick. I do want to say, I'm not going to say their name, obviously, but to the owners of this company with the New Authority, I just got to shout them out because they've been very understanding. They've been very patient. So I don't want to make it seem like, you know, like my issue is with them or anything like that. And I appreciate the opportunity. It's just tough and it's a challenge, but you know what I'm saying? It's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like I just saw a quote the other day. I was telling my wife, you can hope or you can hustle. I choose to hustle. So we're going to get it done no matter what. So, so shout out to them. I know that's not, it's not on them.
Or you can hustle. We need to put that on the motherfucking t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah. Hope or hustle, goddamn. What Ebony, tell us some hot shot loads that you should stay away from, that you stay away from, you know, when you see them out there.
Over dimensions, over dimension loads, because you know if you try to get an over dimension load and your driver don't know how to trip plan or know which route he gonna take, you know what I'm saying, and they don't know how to apply for permits, because they gotta give, when you apply for permits, you gotta give that route to, you know what I'm saying, the different states that you going through with that load. You know what I'm saying? Let them know every inch and cranny of highway, wherever you going through, you got to give that so you can be able to get a permit. So I stay away from that because a lot of my drivers still struggle with fucking trip planning. They ain't got it yet. So I don't even take no OD loads. I just stay away from them.
Over dimensions. Now I don't even know what that is. What is that?
So you know, high shots is flatbed. So if it's wider, if the width on the freight is wide, because most high shot trailers are 102 wide. If it's over, you can only say you gotta DOT is you gotta stay between an 8.5, 8.6 as far as feet wide before it's be over dimension. So if it's over that, you're going to have a wide load sign on you, you know, and you got to get permits of what states you going through. And you got to be able to tell these people from each state that requires a permit that you going through, you got to get them the route you taking. From every highway to byway, street, all that.
Okay. OD said block and brace. Oh, my God. Yeah, man. They normally pay a little bit more, but I would definitely stay away from blocking and bracing.
Yep.
If people don't know what that is, they pretty much they put they put loads on your truck, and then they nail wood down in place to hold the shipment.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes blocking and bracing can involve easier stuff with like kind of like, I don't know, they're not pillows. What are they called, James? They some type of pillow. It's like a pillow. I don't know what exactly it's called. I can't really think of it. But normally blocking and bracing, they nailing stuff down, and sometimes they want you to do it. And then once they get it all out, they leave all that stuff on your wooden floors. They tearing up your floors. It wastes more time for you to get to the next shipper, you know, and stuff like that. So definitely blocking and bracing. And like my man said, stay away from that.
The thing is about blocking and bracing is, like I was talking to had a conversation with one driver. He was saying it's better if they use the screws, like the wood screws, because it's easier to pull out. But either way, screws or nails, the thing that it does is over time, it will weaken the floor. And I was going to say this earlier. If you are power only and you running loadouts, always, always, always try and inspect those floors and make sure that they're decent and they can actually take a load. Because, I mean, I feel like I've told the story before, but one time we picked up a loadout and it was the only one available. It was janky. And they was loading paper. You know, paper is heavy. The paper, the big rolls going in. It was going from Texas to Louisiana. They always stop.
You stay booking heavy loads, bro. God dang, that's 44,000 pounds.
Like I said,
that's 44.
You gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
How many times do you gotta do what you gotta do, brother?
Bro, if I book 300
I
probably got about 20 or 30 of them that was really, really heavy.
I mean, if James Carrier watching this, come on over to H&T Express, man. If you don't want your dispatcher dancing in the videos, all on the record and stuff, come on over to H&T Express.
H&T Express, Karras think 44.5 is light. That's what he thinks. He's like, man, he's 500 away. He's light. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, you gotta make sure because the floors would get torn up, and we had a paper load. They put the paper on the forklift. Forklift fell through the wooden floor, so we had to cancel the load. Go get the trailer repaired because it wasn't our trailer. You got to get it repaired, and they eventually reimbursed my driver. I'm just glad that he had a credit card with a big limit on it because it was a crazy situation. The trailer had to sit for 2 days.
You said very important. He had a credit card.
Yep.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people out here naked without credit cards, emergencies.
Bucket naked.
So you just, man, stay away from super heavy loads. How about that?
I just said that.
Practice what you preach. Practice what you preach, brother. Practice what you preach.
I'm trying, man. Okay, 43. Okay, 43. See, now I'm gonna put you out there. He'd be like, "Hey, man, it's 43. That's light." Like, bro, that's not light.
Yeah, and James, I am your witness because he do say that shit.
It be your own people, y'all. Look at it. It be your own people, y'all.
He'd be like, "Man, heavy's like 45. It's 43." I'd be like, "Bro, that's 2,000 pounds."
Bro, hold on. I never said 43 light, bro. 41 and 42 is the max, but that's heavy. But I'm saying,
okay. So say this on the live for the record: is 42,000 pounds heavy?
It's not heavy to me, bro.
See, all the people that's on here is witness. You hear what I'm saying? 42,000 is not heavy. Fancy Express. I'm telling you guys,
man, that's light.
Because I said,
man, we moving weight over here, man. We moving weight over here. If you got into this game for this light stuff, get off the track, yo. We moving weight over here, baby. Through the Appalachian. Through Ohio, we moving 45 or better. And you better shut up about it. Move it. Let's go.
He going to Denver weighing 44,000 pounds. Come on. So, hey, man, just pull over. Let them brakes cool off. You be all right.
In January.
That part.
In January, we pulling 45 through Denver and Wyoming. Nah, y'all crazy. Let me say this, because I know Ebony got a lot of experience in this, dealing with her drivers. And it's for some of our new dispatchers out there. If the load pays a lot of money, you might sometimes want to stay away from it. Or you might want to double check where it's going.
Yep.
Because I ran into that with one of my mentees, and I hope I'm not going to say his name. Low was paying big money. But he think he sent his driver to upstate New York. And I hit him on the phone. I'm like, bro, don't do it. I'm like, send him back down. Send him back down. I'm sorry, I got to throw you out there, man. I ain't going to say your name. I'm like, man, send him back down. He hit me the next day. Bruh, I think he sent his person. I think he sent him up to Maine somewhere. I don't know where he sent him.
He sent him up to Maine. No,
he sent him up north. Like, what are you doing?
No, because we had that conversation. We was on the phone. He sent them to Maine.
I'm like, bro, like it's paying good money. I'm like, that's why it's paying good money.
But see, they look at see, a lot of people be counting their chips too. So they count their chips like I could make $540 off this load. Shit, I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. You heard me? Just don't know, your driver gonna be stuck like a motherfucker.
Stuck like Chuck up there. Gonna
have to deadhead down to PA probably to get something.
Yep.
Gonna deadhead 450 miles. Cause Ebony, you said that a lot of times. One of your drivers hitting you up. They in Utah. Hey, can you get me out? Can I get you out? How did you get there?
Yeah. So, when they was dealing with a direct customer, you know, it was only a one-way dedicated lane. You know, they don't. When you dealing with a direct shipper or customer, they don't care about the market and where the shit going. They just want you to get it there. You get what I'm saying? And the money sound good. End up spending that money that you just made coming back because you stuck in a fucking market where ain't shit working out for you. You can't go no motherfucking work, you know? And especially if you have a factoring company and if this company not factorable, this broker not factorable, you really shit out of luck. You really finna take a chance. I don't touch no fucking broker that's not factorable. Your credit got to be good all the way across the motherfucking board. I don't care what it is. My driver will sit until I find you somebody that got some motherfucking money on the board. You heard me?
Tell them why you don't mess with credit. Tell them why you don't mess with non-factorable loads, Ebony.
Shit, you could possibly run a load you don't fucking get paid for, or they bullshitting you. Hey, it could be a whole bunch of motherfucking reasons. Hey, even in life, you need credit. So if they ain't got good credit, and I'm not knocking the new brokerages companies that's opening it up, you get what I'm saying? So don't take this the wrong way, but shit, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, quick pay, whatever. No. Because you know, people get amnesia when it's come to money. Shit, I need all that money to go through. If I'm running a load for $2,300, baby, I need that. I can't take no risk. I ain't finna wait no 30 motherfucking days, all that. Cause I'm telling you, it could be rough.
Definitely.
Going back and forth, they say, oh, the bill of lading ain't right, or we can't see the signature. Who signed for it? You go through all that shit.
We need a release. We need a release letter from your factoring company.
Yes, all that.
I've dealt with it twice, but yeah, that's something else. Like Ebony said, those are loads we want to stay away from. If they're not factorable, you don't want to pretty much stay with. You don't want to work with them because it's going to cause you stress in the long run. If your driver gonna be mad at you, they gonna think you don't know what you're doing. You know, if you don't book the load that they can't get paid on, they might be stuck in the bind. A lot of these drivers live in check to check. You don't want to book loads that's not factored.
That again. Can you repeat that? A lot of drivers live in what?
A lot of people in the world, but definitely drivers are living check to check. So you don't want to book something that's not factorable because you can put them in a bind. And you could potentially lose your client because you're not doing your job. You know what you're supposed to be doing, the extra mile and checking to see if loads are factorable. I want to touch on something about sorry TQL. James, for some odd reason,
he loves TQL.
I don't know
So
if he
say
got
James
partnership.
loves TQL.
He got a shoe deal or something with TQL.
Whoa.
Yeah, he
But
got something going on. They rude as fucking fuck.
They rude, bro.
No.
They
First of
rude.
all, I have 2 biological brothers. But as far as I'm concerned, TQL is my cousin. That's family. So don't tell me disrespect to my family like that, all right? That's like a 3rd or 4th cousin. I don't know how we related, but that's family. TQL be good to me.
Hey,
so y'all better watch your mouth. Don't be
I
disrespecting my family.
I don't know how they some kin to you, sir, because you're a sweetheart. They rude as motherfucking fuck.
Hey, tell them what they did.
I was in a dire situation yesterday.
Who y'all be talking to? Y'all must be
TQL.
Yes,
y'all must
I was
like
in a dire situation yesterday. I told Karen, I didn't even get it out. I couldn't even say, hey, how you click the low cover? Click. Damn.
Hold on. Hey, tell the whole story, Ebony. Say it, because I'm going to make a clip of this.
Who y'all be talking to, man?
Yo,
hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I have been hung up. Like they'll tell you it's covered quick and hang up on you, but I just be like,
how's that not rude, bro? How's that not rude?
That don't happen every single time.
Are you serious? That's TQL model. That's in their manual. When they pass out the manual to get hired, this is what you're supposed to do.
So
hang up on people.
Walk me through how you ask them. I'd be like, hey, I'm looking at this load from Philly to Atlanta. Is it still available? Oh no, it's covered. All right, thanks.
No, bro.
I'd be like, all right,
no.
I'm done.
No.
No. Tell them how it went down.
Yeah, what happened?
So
like you don't, even if we tell you, you're not gonna believe it.
Exactly, because them your cousins
love me
or whatever. You call a number. I'm gonna give you our day number. 1-800-580-3101. So when the automated system come on, you dial 8, right?
Yeah.
Put in the post ID.
Number in,
Put the post
right?
ID.
So I'm gonna walk you through this, right? I punch the load number in, right?
Yeah.
Half the time, it's like they fucking know my number and they know I talk shit about them all the motherfucking time. Because, like, soon as I call their ass, I told you, I only call them when I'm in a dire motherfucking situation, right? I don't fuck with TQL.
They be like, oh, this bitch, goddamn.
Yeah, and that's what they be saying, because they must know I be on live dogging
Wait. Let me ask you a question, Ebony. But you just said yourself that it's hard working with these new authorities, and TQL will work with the new authorities. So you
they work with new authorities, but they still ain't work shit. And my new authorities, hey, half of them ain't even fucking ran for TQL, and that's just like that. I don't fucking call they ass. I gotta be in a dire situation. You understand what I'm saying? I sign my carriers up with TQL, and half of the time they don't process their carrier package until you try to get a fucking load from them. First, let's start there. You'll call them like, when did you sign them up? I get them the motherfucking date I signed them up, because everybody that I signed up, when I sign my drivers up, I write the dates that I signed them up. Because soon as a motherfucker say, when? I signed them up on 8/5. What is you talking about? Shit. You better go check again. It hasn't been processed. Let me try to process it real quick. Well, goddamn. Throw the phone. But anyway, So when you dial 8 and you put the load number in, either these stupid motherfuckers put you on hold.
They always put you on hold. I ain't never had TQL just answer the phone. They always put you on hold.
Really?
Bro, are you serious?
As soon as you go right on hold. So,
Bro,
then,
I'm about to record myself with TQL. Watch, the one time I record it, it's gonna be messed up. But I don't be having these problems. I get
You
to
don't.
I talk to
You
a
don't
broker.
dial the 800 number. The number you dial start with 770 or something.
No, man, I dial
and
You
you
don't-
know what? And you know what? Even when you try to build a relationship with one of the brokers from TQL, they still don't fuck with you. Cause even when I first started fucking with TQL and I had got a couple of loads when I first started dispatching my first truck, I tried to build that relationship with a couple of people from TQL. They blew me the fuck out.
And anybody get kicked off.
Louisiana.
No, we still here.
Yo, you must got Metro PCS today, bro.
Who, me? Mine was messed up?
Yeah, you was just spinning.
Yeah, you was frozen.
Yeah.
Y'all was spinning. Dang, it's me. It might be me, man.
No, because I'm downstairs, so you can't say it's fucking me. I'm downstairs right next to the fucking internet thing.
You right, man. I got all these phones, man. I gotta turn them off, goddamn.
You got 6 phones. Okay. So Ebony, I heard your story, and I mean your experience is your experience. Now, Karis, what is your experience? Because this is foreign to me. Like, y'all talking about my family, I just don't understand. Like I feel like you know how like when your parents come and they dealing with your kids, and you like, man.
Yo.
Come on, now. He with Metro PCS today, baby.
What's going on with your phone, man? What's up with your
internet, man? What's going on, bro? Is it my phone? Seriously?
It's your phone. Yes. It's you.
TQL, man. TQL, they interrupted, man. We gotta stop. Let's change the subject. We ain't talking about TQL no more, man. Everything started messing up.
I want to hear what's so bad about TQL with you.
They just rude. They just rude, bro. Just like Ebony, plenty of times I'll be on hold and I'll be waiting like, you are caller number 1. And then all of a sudden, the load is booked. And they just hang up. I don't get to say hello. They don't say, A lot of times they answer the phone. They'll be eating soup. They'll be slurping soup, or they'll be like eating a Subway sandwich. And they're just like, hey, what's going on? They don't say like, hey, most people like, hey, this is John with TQL. How may I help you?
That's what I said.
They'll be, hey, what's going on? Like, what? Like, no, this rude, bro. Just rude. No, we ain't got that low back. Like, no, it is what it is. You can't
even say, how often do y'all run this lane? You can't get shit out. You can't even build a relationship with one of your motherfucking cousins, James.
They hanging up, bro.
You need to call a round table, James, and have a meeting with your motherfucking people.
Y'all not calling TQL. Y'all calling the evil step broker, LQT.
No,
that's what y'all calling.
I just gave everybody on this live the number 1-800-580-6101. And if you're trying to book a load, press 8 and then type in the 7-digit. I think it's 7-digit load number.
Yeah.
How many digits is it?
7 or 8, one of them, something like that. Yeah, TQL, man. And you know what else TQL good for? Because I almost booked a load with TQL today.
Booking. Hey, underbidding other brokers so they can get the freight. They always get the freight for cheap, and they put it out for cheap.
But they'll say that the load is in Atlanta, and then when you
Oh yeah.
call,
Now
they'll
they'll
say
do
that the
that.
load is in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah,
And I'm
it'll
like,
be
what?
somewhere totally different.
They
Yeah.
will definitely do that.
And if you are a new dispatcher and you're nervous and you're uneasy, you might book that load because you will probably be scared to like tell a broker to hold on, let me type in the miles. Because
Yeah.
I remember when I first ever started dispatching, you know, on the course with Alex, he kind of made it seem like you don't have that much time. You got to hurry up. Now I slow it down, kind of like on the offense, like we playing basketball. If I'm playing against the Lakers, we ain't doing running gun. We slowing this down. So I slow it down. Like if they tell me, hey, it's somewhere different, can I get that zip code so I can type it in?
Yeah.
Because it might say 60 miles on DAT, but when you type it in, that deadhead be 160 miles away. And I almost booked something.
Yeah.
Because I was the miles on DAT said 66 miles. I typed in the load, or should I say the state that they gave me, or the city. That shit was like 164 miles away.
Yeah.
And I almost booked the load, but I was like, hold on, give me that zip code. So
Yeah.
you
Google.
definitely gotta make sure you ask TQL. I think there's a couple of other brokers that sometimes do that, but TQL definitely do that. They'll
That's-
post in different cities.
They'll list different agents or list different cities
Yeah.
because they also make commission or whatever off that load that they book. So if you notice, like with some of the biggest brokerage companies, you'll see serve the same load, but it'll be when you click on that load and drop that load down, you'll see call Brianna, call Nick. Then you'll see a second line on that boy, call Nick. You get what I'm saying? For the same fucking load.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say they are guilty of that because, you know, I used to run Texas a lot, and they'll post a San Antonio load in Austin. They'll post an Austin load in San Antonio. They'll post a Dallas load in Austin. And so they'll definitely do that. And then, yeah, you're absolutely right. Google Maps is your best friend to get the real distances and the real locations. So, yeah, those things I'll say, yeah, it's definitely
Not really Google Maps. We want to tell the dispatchers that's on here they need to use truckrouter.com.
Truck
no,
router.
I'm just saying to get a rough idea, like Paris was saying, the
Oh,
deadhead,
okay.
because he might, like he said, they'll say, oh, it's 60 miles away. I mean, yeah, with truck ride, I get you just got to take certain roads to the low bridges and stuff. But I'm just saying to just do a quick figure out, like, okay, so this load really isn't in Atlanta, it's in Chattanooga. So how far is Chattanooga from Atlanta? And then you get like a bigger number, so you can say, okay, this is the real deadhead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right, but also, shit, with that real deadhead, you can still use truck router because you can see how much you need to add into your motherfucking price when you negotiate.
No, you're right.
You get what I'm saying? Because, hey,
What should you use truck router for, Ebony?
Kissing ass.
I thought you were gonna say something else, goddamn. That's a little joke between me and you. Little joke. Anyway. But anyways, man. Y'all got any more loads we should stay away from before we close this down for tonight? Because it's approaching a whole hour that we got up on here.
Yes. So, guys, just make sure you guys are subscribed to our YouTube channel at Eavesdropping Knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Also,
yes, ma'am.
If you guys need another tool that can help your drivers or your owners, please click the link in our bio and go look at or purchase our break-even point.
I'm telling you, you need to know a driver's break-even point that gives you so much confidence when you're talking to these drivers. Because a lot of these drivers still saying, surprisingly, in September of 2022, that they still need to be making $3, $5 a mile. And you have no backbone if you're a new dispatcher. You'll know what you're doing to tell them no. You on the
Yeah.
phone. I already know you're on the phone. I used to be on the phone. You're shaky, you're nervous, and they can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. And you'll hit somebody up like, hey, can I do it? Go ahead. Do yourself a favor. Purchase it. We'll walk you through it. We'll explain it to you. We'll break it down. You know what I'm saying? And, just it'll help you go to the next level in your business. You gotta have every tool if you're trying to pretty much get out here and be successful in this business. You can't go to war with just a sword. You gotta have the shield. You gotta have the helmet. If you only got the shield and the sword, somebody gonna bop you in the head. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have every tool to be successful out here. So
also you guys need to either, grab a mentor, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's me, CJ, or whoever you choose, or whoever, that's gonna best suit you, who you feel like that's gonna best suit you to help you get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, we stay away from because we feel like we ain't got enough money. But if you don't keep educating yourself on if this is something your passion that you want to do, then you gonna be lost out here. You know what I'm saying? Like we try to give out as much game as we can on our lives on Tuesday, but it's only so much that we can give out. You know what I'm saying? Time is valuable. We spend our time on here every Tuesday. Take away from whether our family functions or whatever, our kids or things of that nature. So I would definitely tell you guys to invest in a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's definitely very important.
Definitely what Ebony said. Definitely 100%. Did you have a question, brother, or you had something you wanted to share?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good night, everyone here. Thank you guys for bringing me in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely. I know you guys getting ready to jump off, so I will be quick. I just wanted to share a quick tip with folks out there. Probably you guys are doing it as well already. Like create a rate sheet, right? Create a rate sheet for your clients, or if you yourself have a trucking company. Because I came across this big trucking company, they posted on their website, they have what they call their accessorial charges and their freight charges, right? And those are rates they have locked in for a year or whatever the case is with whatever surcharges. But what I realized, a lot of these companies, they're able to charge less on the miles, but they bang the brokers over the head with the accessorial charges because they're charging for after hours delivery, weekend delivery, expedited delivery. They're charging a toll surcharge. They're charging fuel surcharge. They're padding the bill.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember because I also dispatch under my company and I'm getting ready to go active with my own authority. And I remember same TQL. Call
Come
on
on
the Lord.
now. Speak about it. Talking about James' cousin. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Sorry,
I
cousin.
call on the Lord. The Lord was picking up in South Carolina at 9 p.m. on a Saturday, right? Going 600 miles to PA, which I mean, PA is a good area. We normally stay in the southeast of Pennsylvania. We don't go above I-80, which is up in the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. Not there, right? So he asked me to quote him on the Lord. I said, man, I mean, picking up Saturday at 9 p.m., driver out from home, dropping Monday morning, we could knock it out for $2,700. He said, man, 2,700 for 600 miles? I said, yeah. I mean, this is a 9 p.m. pickup, so that's after hours. It's on a Saturday, right? I said, listen, the miles is only $1,500 I'm charging on the miles. It's the other stuff. Because
that part.
Exactly. And that's how you kind of, needless to say, I never got the load, but I was able to justify my rate. Because the first thing comes to the mind, oh, you charging me $2,700 for 600 miles? I said, for 600 miles, I mean, that's 1,500. But you want me to pick this up at 9 p.m. That's a charge. It's on a Saturday. That's another charge.
Yeah.
Right? So, when I saw that, I was like, this is a game changer because a lot of companies
the big ones, I'll say, they make their money off the accessorial charges too. So if we're not doing it already, that's something we should think about. Think about how we can create a rate schedule, because the miles is not the only thing you're gonna negotiate. Because some of the times they got extra stops.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. So you definitely speak in my language,
Exactly.
because the brokers with me with my high shots, they like, this just a partial. Yeah, bitch, I know it's just a partial, but it don't mean that I'm gonna be able to add to my motherfucking tracks of going
Exactly.
where I'm going. So
Exactly.
yeah, I need all my coins. So no, that's why I tell people, don't just look at the fucking money. Really know what you're talking about. That's why you need a mentor. You gotta have some motherfucking balls in this shit. And I ain't even got none, but I stick my motherfucking chest out like butts.
Yeah, have some of these, goddamn.
Straight like that. No, so he's speaking straight facts. For real. We don't, a lot of people just be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And then some of them won't even list that it's extra stops on there.
She need a whole TV show. Hey, I noticed that on Saturday, man, on the weekend, they don't pay nothing. Because I book a lot of loads on Saturdays and Sundays. And I just noticed on the weekend, if I'm trying to like move, man, it seems like they just throw anything at the wall and hope it sticks. Like a load that on like a Wednesday that may pay $1,200, on Saturday they'll put it up there for like $600. I'm like, I just booked that load for $1,200. Saturday, Sunday, $500. 400 miles. Like what?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, how I see it, that's it. Let's say I run that same 400 miles, same load during the week for $1,200. If you want me to get it on the weekend, that's a surcharge right there.
Yes, y'all is. Yeah.
Right? So when I call these brokers, I got my Excel sheet. Oh, extra stop. Okay, I plug it in my sheet. So because it's going to calculate my rate. So I'm not even guessing what's going on.
How much you charge them an extra stop? Extra stop. 100 or 75 or $100?
$180 a stop, bro.
$180?
That's what I got.
You gotta know. Hey, he talking my language, because you gotta know your motherfucking worth. You gotta know your driver's worth. You get what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about it. The weekend is really for your driver's 34-hour reset, so they can have a fresh fucking clock on Monday. You get what I'm saying? And you can't play about that at all. Time is motherfucking money.
Because when you look at it, they're gonna beat you down over the miles. Oh man, you charging me this per mile. But when with your accessorial charges, they can't complain about that. Because I told the dude, like, man, I mean, it's only $1,500 for the miles. It's the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's smart.
So,
that makes sense.
That's smart.
It's the other stuff.
Yeah,
you can't complain with me on my rate. Oh, this the 30-day. I don't even look at the 30-day average. That doesn't concern me. It's what happens in my business or my client's business is my concern.
Yeah.
That's all. So yeah, I just thought that drop that in. I know one of my colleagues was on here a couple of weeks ago, Ozzy, and he told you guys how he ran, man. He definitely a great system. So yeah, I'm from that same circle. So
we appreciate you guys coming on, dropping gems, like
absolutely.
You know,
definitely, man. Iron sharpens iron.
Right,
you gotta have tough skin in this, and you gotta have tough skin in this business here. It's do or die.
I even went as far as got my CDL. I was actually driving flatbed over the road just to get that experience. But
that's a different type of ball game. You get what I'm saying? All that tarping, strapping. People don't know that flatbed side. It's a different beast. Like seriously.
It ain't for me, but at least I can jump out there if I need to. But we go in a different direction.
All right, man. We appreciate the gym, brothers.
Definitely. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Thank
you.
Okay,
you too.
Bye-bye.
All right.
That was some knowledge that was just dropped.
That sure was.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Straight like that. All right, y'all.
That's
James, you
why
want
it's
to add?
important to have a mentor.
Yes. James, you got something you want to add before we hop off, brother?
I would say
You
that
want to lie some more about your cousin, or you want
QQL, man,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to defend their honor because I just feel like y'all just talking a bunch of stuff, man.
He about to get them on the phone. Call a
We gonna
meeting,
have to,
James.
yeah, man. We're gonna have to record. I'm gonna have to record some phone calls tomorrow. If they got some loads going where I'm going, I'm gonna try and record it. Just because I don't believe y'all. You need more people. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Like I refuse to believe that, man.
Hey,
But
James, I
How do I
tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
how do I
You know
I
delete
what
know, I
I'm
somebody?
saying?
know,
So help me
I
God.
know,
How do I delete
Hey,
I
for
somebody?
know.
real.
You better be glad I don't know how to delete
They
somebody,
must know
James.
my number. I'm telling you. Both
I know how
of
to
my
delete.
numbers, they know both of them. Like, I
I would
cannot.
I would boot you off this thing right now, James, if I knew how to do that. Like just to be an asshole. I don't know how to do it, brother.
The
You
one
got
thing,
dang lucky, god dang it.
the one thing
Somebody
I
put in there how to do it. We got somebody else before we leave. Y'all want one more?
Yeah, we can drive. We can
go
jump
ahead.
on.
Who is this? Sean. I missed it. I don't even know who it is. Jump on real quick with the young lady.
Hi.
Hello,
What
Hello.
how are
girl, what's that in
you?
your head? What you got in your head over there?
Oh, it's a comb.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
thought oh yeah. Oh,
Why
the
you all in
unicorn, what
that
is that?
lady business? God damn, CJ.
Nah, I ain't know what you said. I'm like, what's going on?
No, I'm sorry. I'm in California, so it's still kind of daylight.
That's what I'm like,
Right.
yo.
But quick question. So I'm new. Finished the course a while ago, but I do taxes and stuff like that. So
I'm gonna let Ebony
finally
no, I'm
hopping
joking.
on it. So we have like 6 carriers, but my thing is finding the loads.
What you mean finding the
What
load?
you mean
Just
finding the loads?
like good rate loads. So a lot of it out here is not making sense. So I'm not going to book something that doesn't make sense.
When you say out here,
What's
you
not
talking about
making
California?
Yeah, in California. And then they want to come home every day. So
See,
oh
that's the bad part for me. I
Wait. Okay, before I know we all feel very strongly about this, but we got to do a little bit of assessing first. So first of all, what part of California are all your carriers pretty much in the same area? Are they northern
Yeah.
or southern or what?
Yeah. Southern California.
Okay, so this all pretty much we talking about like LA area or San Diego or just
Yeah, like in San Bernardino County.
okay. All right. So the one thing I would do, have you been booking them loads so far?
I booked one and then it was a bust. I asked what was on the load and it was chemicals, but he didn't tell me. So he was trying to get us to yeah, it was a
So
hazmat load.
how are you finding these loads? Are you using like the load board?
Yeah, the load board, and I haven't booked anything yet. So that's the thing. And I have
but
been working on a couple of dedicated lanes. So I'm trying to finalize that with the broker. So I was able to get some box trucks. So
okay,
what are your
what kind
those
of
are
carrier
dedicated
you
lanes
got?
though. Huh?
Are you running semis or are you running box trucks?
Both power only, and then I got a few box trucks. But the box trucks are dedicated lanes.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's gonna be a challenge.
That's gonna be a challenge. Now, question. Let me ask you a question. You said the box trucks are already on the dedicated lane.
I'm signing those up for dedicated lanes.
Okay. The power only. Do they have loadout trailers? Have you tried to get them a loadout trailer?
No.
All right. Does the power only want to come home every night, or does he want to be OTR over the road?
Like 3 of them want to come home every night. A couple of them don't mind going over the road, but they can only go to certain states on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down, Ebony. Calm down. Let me say this.
I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna answer nothing. I'm saying all this.
Wait, Karis, let me say this. Let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
Do they have TWIC cards?
No, and that's what
They
I've been
need
asking.
to get TWIC because then they can work the ports. They can work Long Beach. They can work LA. They can work San Diego, and the port work will get them. I mean, it's long hours, but they can still get home at a decent time. Not a decent time, but they get home pretty much every day. But I just had to say that, and you could do that power only, but you got to get the TWIC. And they got to get into the ports. Long Beach is super, super busy, so there's work, but you just got to go through that process, whatever that process is. My bad.
You know what? I think the trucks have to be 2014 or newer too.
Yeah, a lot of trucks in
ports.
California, they don't want older trucks.
Yeah, California have a lot of strict laws. That's why a lot of people don't like running in Cali. And then with them saying people can't lease on all this other crap, they coming out with all these different laws up there. It's bad.
I would say this is one thing that we all learned with dispatching. You got to have a list of what questions you want to ask your drivers.
Right.
And pretty much the first one I will always ask is, do you want to be home with every night? I'm gonna let you know, if somebody want to be home every night, it's gonna cause you stress. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm telling you, it's gonna cause you stress to deal with that. It's like I don't know how to describe it, but
your anxiety gonna be in the motherfucking roof. That's how I chime in when I can. Your anxiety gonna be in the roof.
Yeah. So I would kind of stay away from those. You know, if you want to go through it and learn.
But there's two questions though. There's two questions. The first question is, how often do you want to be home? But the second question kind of plays off of that is, how much do you want to gross per week? Now, if you have somebody who don't, like, they got all their bills paid and they don't care and they drive a truck just because they're bored and they say, I want to make $3,000 a week, then I can get you home every day. That's not
okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A few $100s a day. So that to me is a very important question, because it's like, okay, you want to be home every week, but how much money do you want to make? And then you basically put it back in their court, and they're saying, oh, I want to make $7,000 a week, but you want to be home every day. So basically, you want to make $1,500 a day, but you only want to drive 200-300 miles. So where do you think you can get loads like that? Especially if you're in like a box truck. Like, where do you think that comes from? And literally, I mean, they have to come to the conclusion themselves. Otherwise, they just, they're going to be.
Well, I'm not really worried about the box truck drivers, because I just got those with the dedicated lanes, and I'm going to let them do their own thing. So the dedicated lane is like for a year. So I'm going to get those dedicated lanes in with the box trucks, but it's just basically the power onlys.
How many power onlys do you have?
I have 4.
Good grief. Wow. You got to get them some, drop a hook doesn't pay that much. I would get them loadout trailers. Do you know how to run a loadout trailer? Do you know what a loadout trailer is?
No, that's the empty one, right? And how does that work?
Pretty much a loadout trailer is a trailer that's empty, and you pretty much get to use it for 5 to 7 to 10 days. So let's say you get the loadout trailer in Atlanta, and you pick it up in Atlanta, and then they allow you to use it for 7 days. But on that 7th day, you have to drop it off, let's say, in Texas. So for them 7 days, you need to be making your way toward Texas to drop it off on time. Sometimes they give you like a 1-day grace period. Don't play with that, because sometimes they kind of like count that against you. But you need to have it. You need to have it pretty much wherever they tell you to drop it off on that 7th day. But you're able to book drive-in loads and maximize your money by using their trailer. Because like I said,
do they charge you to use it? They charge
no, they don't charge. They normally don't pay you anything. They might pay you $25, $50. The most I ever got paid was like $400, but that's every blue moon, literally. So, but I tell my drivers that literally you don't get paid to use, because you're benefiting using their trailer. So they really don't pay you. I would say, honestly, because you got a lot of questions, I would actually, I don't know if you want to tap in with Ebony or somebody, but I would definitely suggest you kind of like get, how long has it been since you took the course?
I completed it like back in November. So I probably need to freshen up on the course again. But so I completed it in November, and basically just now all, diving in all now.
Okay, but even her diving back into the course,
it
still ain't gonna give you details on what to do with the power only. So you definitely need to tap in and get a mentor that definitely deals with, power onlys. Because it can be a beast. Even though she can go back and refresh to herself, she still need a mentor. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, that course, we already know that course don't teach much about power onlys. They just speak on it very briefly. So that's just being real about it. You know what I'm saying? You know that, CJ. You deal with power only. You and James deal with power only all the time.
Exactly.
So let me say this. So so do you have a subscription to the DAT load board?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is I had a carrier in California. He used to leave California. He didn't stay in California very often, but when we first started working together, I just kind of did a little bit of but he was from Northern California, like real north, like right on the border of Oregon. He's from Wairika. Okay. So, you know, that's like literally he throw a rock and he's in Oregon. But the one thing that I did do, and this was like maybe over a year ago, so I don't know how valid it is now, but you should give it a try. You could try it like as soon as you get off this. So what you should do is put in, you run a search for, what we usually do, carriers, we do 15,000 or 10,000. We're looking for loadouts.
15,000.
So run a search for the weight for 15,000, like lower it to 15,000, and then run a search for your major cities. So like Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, because back then I had found a broker. I mean, and again, I don't know if they still operating or running or if they even have this available, but it was literally, they would shuttle trailers between Northern and Southern California. So they would go up to, I think, Oakland and then come down to like Compton or something. So basically, if you can run a search in California, Northern or Southern, and you could basically find a broker, because I have a broker that I work with in Texas, where he does loadouts just for Texas. And I mean, he'll let you get, basically we pick up the trailer, we run it to Dallas, we drop the load, and then we can use it. And then we just have to return it back to Laredo, and we do it like that. And I know there's similar situations because California is so big. You know, most people don't understand, like Northern California and Southern California is like two different countries or two different states. This is different. Yeah. Like my wife always be teasing me about that because I used to live in Northern California. She's from Southern California. But anyway, so like what I would do is run that search and look and see if you can find what loadout trailers, and then call every single one of those loadouts, because some of them are going to be going to other places that they're going to be going out of state. But it sounds like your guys pretty much are okay with staying in California. So try and find go ahead.
I think that's my thing too. They're kind of picky. Like they don't want, one guy doesn't want to really go through the scales. He doesn't want to go to San Diego. Yeah. So
what you have to do is you try and find a broker that has loadouts that are pretty much staying, they're shuttling somewhere between 2 points in California. Because what happens is, and I was watching this YouTube video like a while ago too, a guy was saying, he was actually a power only driver in California. He was saying that they'll ship a lot of stuff, you know, like the produce and everything. They'll send trailers one way, and then when they get loaded, they'll get like a surplus, you know, either the north or the south, and they have to kind of like, they basically have to like reposition all the trailers, because depending on which way the freight is going from the ports and all that other stuff. So try and find a broker that's going to be moving trailers back and forth, and see if you could tap in with that. And that could be like a source of your loadout trailers. So you're not really like leaving the state, and at the furthest you have to go, like I said, is like maybe like San Jose or Oakland or something, which is still like a decent trip. You know, that's a decent amount of miles. And so you should be able to get a decent rate for that. That's what I would do the first thing.
If you can't find that, like if they stay, let's say in Beverly Hills, just type in Beverly Hills and try to see, you know, the closest loadout trailer that's closest to wherever they stay at. And the reason why we say look for 15,000 pounds and under, normally the loadout trailers is under 15,000 pounds. Because if you type in 40,000, it's going to be a drop and hook. Right. But if you type in 15,000 as far as your max weight, normally all of those are loadout trailers. And you need to look in the comments, and it'll say, you know, loadout trailer. Some of them may say drop and hook. Some of them may say tow away, but 9 times out of 10, loadout trailers is 0 to 10,000 pounds, or some may say 15,000 pounds. And like I said, 5 to 7, 10 days. But that's how you maximize your money. Another thing too, is I say this arrogantly to my power only drivers, you really can't you can't expect much if you don't have a trailer. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. A lot of these drivers want to do this. They want to make $10,000. They want to make all this money. They want to come home every night. Like, bro, you don't have a trailer. So you beggars can't be choosy. In a sense, they are right now. Now, if they had a drive-in, it may be a little easier. But right now, you got in the game. You didn't have enough money to buy the trailer. And I'm not hating on them, I'm not knocking them, but they have to understand is you're going to have to grind for a little while. And then maybe later on we can get that. So you kind of got to tell them that, you know, with a little bit of confidence to say, hey, man, this is what we have to do. And if they don't want to do it, something that Alex preaches and my girl Ebony always says, all money ain't good money. Because I'm telling you, they will stress you out and your hair will be, you would be like literally looking for loads to 6 o'clock in the afternoon and you'll be thinking it's you and it's not you, it's that driver. They're just, I'm pretty sure you probably dated a guy that's probably like this. It was unbearable in your life. And I'm using that as an example just to give you, you know, how these drivers are. It's like, why is this guy so crazy? That's how a lot of these, look at Ebony. Why is this guy so crazy? And it was him. It's not you. So that's how some of these drivers are. So you have to know how much you want to pretty much take on, you know.
Right.
And only you can determine that.
Yeah.
Okay. Third base, third coach, should I say? But yeah, like I said, good luck on that. Cause I'm power only, boy. Why you see I'm going ball now? Look at that. Any other questions you had?
No. Oh, you said what? Was that?
Any other questions that you had?
No, that was just it. Just basically trying to find these good loads. Because too, their criteria is kind of like restricted. You know, like one can he only wants his insurance or something only goes like 80 miles from like his home.
What? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Some insurance is cheaper because I've heard a driver say his insurance is cheap because he doesn't drive that far out from his house or whatnot.
Over the road.
Yeah.
They're just doing local.
They're not over the road.
So
that's another thing. That's another thing. Look for that. Look for power only, and then put in the destination and the departure. Put in the same city because you can find like local little routes that way too. I don't know how well they'll pay, but like if you put Los Angeles to Los Angeles, you can find
I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then also just across the board, the rates are crappy. I mean, they're still above the average rates from 2018, 2019, but they're still a crappy. So when you come on here and say good paying loads, like you got to fight for that money. You get what I'm saying? Like every penny that you're fighting for, it counts. You got to be able to fight for it though.
And then
I say for dry vans right now, I'm averaging $2.50 between $2.50 and $3 a mile. And normally, if I get a $3 a mile load, that deadhead is gonna drop it down to $2.60 or $2.50. So normally, I'm averaging a $2.50, $2.60 load because deadhead always drops it down. That's what I'm averaging right now. Who knows? Tomorrow it may be $2.10. But like I said, you have to ask these questions up front. Like James said, it's like if a driver says he wants to be home every night, but he only wants to make $1,000 a week, then that's doable. If a driver says he wants to be home every night and he wants to make $10,000 a week, that's not doable, and it's going to stress you out. So then you know I shouldn't deal with this driver.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just you have to pretty much weigh your pros and cons. So you got to ask them all these questions and figure it out. But like I said, that power only loadout trailers I would say is really the way to go for power owners. You get the trailers and now you're able to book drive-in loads and now you're able to make 5 to 6 or maybe 7 a week with these drivers.
Okay.
Possibly.
Possibly. They want to stay in state though. That's a possible.
Yeah.
Well, the
Don't
rates in
don't
California
go.
are usually a little higher because everything's so much more expensive. Like even the
Yeah,
fuel,
gas
like 250
$7 out there.
250 a mile in California is not gonna get you far because the fuel is that's the highest fuel in the country. I mean, except for
Yeah.
maybe like Maine or you know the super northern states. You know what I'm saying, on the East Coast.
So quick question too, like on the dashboard, when you see like the same city and it's $100, what is that? Like I'll click on, I haven't called them yet, but I'm like, I'll click on it and it doesn't say anything. And I'm like,
It doesn't say in the
are
comments
they,
anything.
huh?
Same city.
It doesn't say anything in the comments.
Mm-mm.
So if you check the weight, that's the key giveaway. Because a lot of times, like what Karis was saying, sometimes it's a loadout, but sometimes it's a tow away. So you might be the same city, and it might pay you $100, and you're moving a trailer like 20 or 30 miles, and they just give you $100 for doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I definitely would tell you to tap in and get you a mentor because you probably gonna run across a lot of more questions that you know a mentor that can definitely answer for you.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for answering my questions.
All right.
Thank
guys-
you.
You guys have
We
a
about
good
to go to bed.
Huh?
All right. Take care.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
All right.
I know
King right there,
Ebony
boy.
was on her feet, boy. She was got dang. Ooh, boy.
Feeling some type of way about these unrealistic drivers, huh? These unrealistic.
I know, right?
Oh man, come on, like I'm telling you, they would drive you. I'm telling you, your anxiety. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes I have to take a smoke break. You hear me? Because I ain't gonna even lie to you. Hey.
Nah, I feel you. Gotta smoke you something real quick. Well, shoot, we've been on this.
Even when you tell them not, even when you be transparent with them, it's like you talking a different language to them. And that's when, and then some people like, that's how you talk to your drivers. Yeah, sometimes I gotta get out of character with their ass because they don't understand when I try to be nice. And it's like I gotta be a fucking parent like I would be with my boys. Like, listen, god damn it. I said what I said, and I'm not gonna repeat it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just it is what it is.
Let third go.
Some people can deal with my energy, and some people I'm not for everybody. That I do know.
Yeah.
Ebony is not for everybody. You know, even if you join my mentorship, I'm gonna hold you fucking accountable, and like you can't cry about what you ain't doing, because if you're not holding yourself accountable and really putting forth the work, and you want everybody else to do it for you, you asking 50 million questions. Like, have you even tried to do your own research? Or, you know what I'm saying? You want me to hand walk you hand by hand to everything. You know what I'm saying? No, that ain't how this shit go, because time is money. I'm still running a couple of businesses myself. But when I'm giving you the game already, and then you come back and ask the same question that I already went and told you, I got a problem with that. Because was you really paying attention?
Yeah, she said what she said.
She said what she said, yo.
She said what she said.
Mic drop. All right. Well, shoot, we're going to end it on that note. We did an extra 30 minutes of this eavesdropping podcast. So I guess we'll catch y'all same bat time, same bat channel for next week. All right?
Right. Make sure you tap in and share our lives.
All right. We out.
Have a good night. Peace.